Hi everyone! Once again, this is G Lessons and this is my YouTube channel. And thank you for supporting me up to this point in time. And if you are new in this channel, please don't forget to click the subscribe button below and the bell notifications for more updates. And this time, before I will proceed to the next lesson, which is the lesson 10, please stay tuned for our recap of lessons 9. Okay, now this time I would like to make a shout out to all the students of the City University of Pasay, especially the Bachelor of Science in Office Administration who is having a hard time in stenography. Of course, the administrators, the faculty members, and the non-teaching staff of CUP. And of course, my viewers, thank you for watching again. So let's proceed in lesson 10. So according to the rule, we are going to take up the ND principles. ND strokes for ND are joined without an angle to form the ND blend. Okay. ND, as mentioned, ND are joined without an angle. Alright, supposedly if you're going to join end and D, this is how it looks like. But if we are going to follow the rule, we have to omit the angle here. Instead, we have to write it in the manner of blending the symbols. Meaning, we have to blend joining the end and D. Now, if this is your line or space line, alright, this is your blending strokes and D. Okay, occupying 2/3 of your space. Okay, it's just like bigger than the size of under if. That's an ND blend. Okay, let's have an example. The first example that we have here is the word land. We do have ND here. So we have to take the sounds. We have the L and A is represented by a big circle again. And the ND blend, okay, we have this ND blend. So let's try to join that. If this is your line of writing, okay, we have the L, and then let's put the big circle inside the curve and the blending symbol there. ND blend, land. Okay. Next example, we have the word kind. This is your word, kind. Okay, that's one. Okay, we have the sounds of K, yes, and an I, which is a broken circle. That is an I, a broken circle, and ND blend. ND blend. So let's try to join that. Alright, and look how it is written. Join me in writing. That's a K and a broken circle, then ND blend. So that is how we are going to join the blending stroke ND. Okay, now try to read these examples that I will write. Okay, how do you read this one? Straight line, and a broken circle and ND. What is the word now? Very good. The word is mind. Okay. So let's have another example. Okay. What is this word? Okay. And a small circle and a blending symbol there. What is that? Can you read now? Very good. That is friend. What about this one? Okay, that is a big downward curve and a broken circle again and a blending symbol. What is that? Okay, nice try. That is bind. Okay, next example. What about this one? Okay, upward straight line and a forward curve and a big circle and a blending symbol there. What is that? Very good. It is trained. Okay, next example. What about this one? Let's have a blending symbol here and then a downward deep hook and a forward curve, then a left S. Try to read that. Okay, very good. That is indoors. Okay, next example. We do have the word or the symbols here, a big downward curve and a forward curve, then a big circle and a blending symbol there. The word now is brand. Very good. Let's have the last example. What is this? Okay, and a forward curve, a big circle, and an upward blending symbol. What's the word? Very good. So that is planned. Alright. Now next principle. The next one is the NT. NT blend. Now according to the rule, the symbol that represents ND, which is a blending symbol, is the same as the symbol that we are going to use in NT. So meaning to say, they are both a blending symbol. So this is how it looks like. Again, it's the same blending symbol. Okay, so that's easy. So let's have an example. The word is scent. Alright, this is NT. So we have to write that in the shorthand. This is your S-E-N-T blend. Scent. Alright, let's have an example. Next example. Print. The word is print. There. Print. So we have NT here. Alright. So we have PR and then E. PR and then E and NT blend. So that is print. Okay. So next example. Now try to read the following example. Can you read this word or symbol? Alright. NT. Okay, very good. So that is rent. That's right. Now if I'm going to add L here, the word now is rental. Very good. So let's try again. What about this one? And then we have a small circle here inside the curve and then a downward curve and a blending symbol there. What is the word now? Okay, the word is prevent. Very good. So next example, let's try this one. A wave like there, and a small circle inside the curve, and a blending symbol there. So what is the word? Very good. So that is current. Alright. So next example, you try to read this one. Alright. And you have to join the big circle. Okay. Wait. What about this one? And a big circle, and a forward curve, and a small circle, and upward blending stroke, and then a left S. So what is the word now? Try to read it. Okay. So let's try to identify the letter sounds that, the symbols that we uh, can recognize. So that is letter P. This one. This is big circle there is your letter A. And the forward curve there is your letter R. And then we have the small circle which is your letter E. Then the blending symbols that is your NT, blend. And that one is your S. So the word now is parents. Very good. Next example. We do have here a big circle. Alright, we do have here a big circle and a downward straight line. And then a blending symbol there. So the word is agent. Very good. Next, let's have this one. We have a downward curve occupying one whole of this face and a big circle. Then, alright, what symbol is that? And an upward blending symbol. And that is vacant. Very good. Alright, let's have another example. What about this one? Blending symbol. Okay. Let's have a line here. We do have a blending symbol there. Then, an upward tip hook. What is that? Very good. The word is into. Okay. Then, the last word. We have an example. This is your line. Okay, we do have a blending symbol again. Then, a broken circle. And a forward curve. The word now is entire. Very good. So that is the ruling in or the principles of joining ND and NT blend. Okay. Okay. Now, the second principles that we are going to take up is the sounds of ses. Okay. That we hear in the word senses, for instance, is represented by joining the two forms of S. What are our two forms of S? We do have the right S and the left S. Okay, so these are our two forms of S. So as mentioned, we have to join the two forms of S for the principles of joining ses. So we do have here the ses. There. Okay. So let's have an example. If the word is faces, for instance, faces. C here is pronounced as S. So meaning we do have the F sound and a big circle for A, and then says. There. So let's join that. All the symbols there. We have the F, and then a big circle, and a downward, and then S. Okay. So this is says. Alright. Next example. We do have the word places. The word places. Okay. Again, C here is pronounced as S. Okay. So we have letter P and L and then A for a big circle and then S and another S. Places. Okay. Now, it's time for you to read. Can you read this one? Okay. This is your downward curve. I'm sorry. This is your downward curve and forward in a broken circle and then the two forms of S. So what is that? Very good. The word is prizes. Okay. Next example. What about this one? Okay. We have a big circle, an upward straight line, and then a forward curve and a small circle, and then the two forms of S. Very good. Addresses. Okay. So just simple. Okay. So next word. Let's try another word. Okay. Let's try another word. This is your line of writing again. We do have forward curve and a downward dip hook and then the two forms of S. The word now? Yes, causes. Next example. What about this one? Can you try to read this word again? These following symbols. Alright. And a forward curve, then a downward dip hook, and then upward straight line, downward dip hook, and the two forms of S. Alright. Alright, that is produces. Very good. Another example. Read this one again. Okay. We have the word, alright, and the two forms of S, and then the forward curve and a small circle. That is necessary. Very good. Okay. Last example for that. We do have here, alright, the wave-like motion and a big circle, then the two forms of S. So we have glasses. Very good. Okay, so those are examples of says. Okay, now this time, let's take up the sis and the sus. Okay, the similar sounds of sis as in sister or sus as in versus are also represented by joining the two forms of S. So we have to follow the same rule as in says. Okay? We have to join the two forms of S. So this is your says, sis, and sus. Alright. So same symbols. Okay. So let's have an example. We have the word sister as mentioned. Sister. Okay. So it says, join the two forms of S S1. And then what do we hear now? It's letter T and R. Sister. Okay. What about the next example? The word is assists. Alright. Assists. There you go. We do have a big circle there. Okay. A big circle. Then the cis and T. Cysts. Assists. Alright. So next. Okay. Can you read this one? We have the line again here. We have a big circle there and a forward straight line. Then a forward curve and the two forms of S. The word now is very good. Analysis. Okay. Next example. Let's put a line again. Okay. So you have here the downward curve. Alright. And a big circle. Then the two forms of S. The word is basis. Very good. Okay. So next example. Let's have one more example there. We do have this straight line and the two forms of S. Then an upward straight line. The word is insist. Very good. Okay. What about this one? Okay. The last example. We do have a downward curve and then a small circle and a forward curve. Then the two forms of S. The word now is versus. Alright. Now, those are the principles of sis, sus, and sis. Okay. So, short recap muna tayo, no? For the word ND and NT. Alright? So, they have the same symbols, and that is ND blend. It's ND blend. So, this is how your ND blend. Alright? For the cis, sus, and ses, we do have to combine the two forms of S, and we do have this symbol. So that is the coverage of lesson 10. Okay, so that ends our discussion for lesson 10, and I'm expecting that you have clearly understand our lesson for today. And again, thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to click the subscribe button below and the bell notifications for my next video. Thank you for watching.